What's going on, guys? Wi-Fi1225 here with another ESO Saturday. So today we have a really special episode because it's our first DLC review for the Elder Scrolls Online. We got the Imperial City after a long wait early this week. I've been playing it a lot and I definitely feel like I can finally do a review. Really excited for this one, guys, and yeah, it's been a really awesome time playing it, and like I said, we've been waiting since really early this year, ever since Elder Scrolls Online went by to play. So really cool to finally get this and be able to play it, and I'm really excited to review it. So let's just hop right into it. So I'm going to have the review, and then we're just going to be going to a little bit of ESO news and a couple things after that. So let's just hop right into it, guys. So the Imperial City DLC launched earlier this week for PC, but it is coming later this month for Xbox One and PS4. Now, you get it free with your ESO Plus membership, which is $15 a month, but you can also buy it for 2,500 crowns in the Crown Store. Now, that costs about $25, and you'll have 500 crowns left over from that. And that's if you buy the 3,000 pack for $25. So it is a little bit more pricey than some people expected. A lot of people thought it was going to be around 15, me included, but I definitely think it's worth the price range, and we'll go over that as we go through the review. So let's just start off talking about the PvE. Like I said, I have not done the veteran dungeons yet, and there's 2 of those in the DLC, and when I do those, I'll review them in a separate one, but this is just going to be going over the questing and the PvP that's in the DLC that I've played so far. So let's just get started at the PvE side of things. It's really easy to get into the Imperial City. You just have to spawn in a keep near the center of the map, near the Imperial City, obviously, and then ride your mount there. It takes about a minute, and then you're in the Imperial City. You enter through the sewers, and as long as that campaign that you're in doesn't fill up, you'll be able to spawn right back in the Imperial City when you log into your game the next time. You don't have to go back in it or anything like that. You'll just start right where you left off, as long as your campaign doesn't fill up, like I said. So once you're in there, you'll meet the Drake of Blades, and she'll help you get started. You get your first quest, and you go to the first district. Now, the districts each have a quest in them, but the quests do follow each other from district to district, so it's like one long quest line. The districts are the districts you know from Cyrodiil, like the Arboretum District, the Noble District, the ones we know from Oblivion, and you just do like the quests there. There's lots of enemies, but there's also enemy players. There is PvP and PvE going at the same time, which is really awesome. One of my favorite features from this DLC, and I'll talk about that in a little bit when I talk about the PvP sides of things. But going back to the questing, it is pretty fun. The quests are really good. They're definitely better than the quests that were in Cyrodiil when the game launched, like those simple fetch quests you would get at Shaden Hall or Bruma or something like that. But I would say they're slightly less good than the ones in the traditional PvE zones that we had, when the game launched, like something like, I don't know, the Rift or East March or anything like that. I think those were a little bit better, but I do think the quests are still good. Unfortunately, they can be a little repetitive in terms of just you have to rescue someone, then get their information. I guess it's kind of realistic because if a city was overrun, you'd have to find a bunch of people, but it can get a little repetitive. That's not to say the quests aren't good. They're just not amazing is what I'd say, but they're still really fun because, like I said, you have the intensity of other players in the area that you're questing in, which is something that we're not really used to in ESO. It's something new and something really fun, like I said, that I really like. Now, the questing can be a little bit difficult because the enemies are veteran rank 16. Now, if you're veteran rank 16, you should have no problem, but if you're a little bit of a lower veteran rank like me, because you didn't feel like grinding up, it can be a little bit of a challenge. Now, if you're veteran rank 11 or 12, it can be a challenge to take on some of the enemies, but I really don't think you should have much of a problem. Below that, you might have even more of a problem, but the good news is that there are lots of people around to help you out with the monsters you're fighting. There's almost always someone in the district with you. Sometimes it's like 10 friendly players, and of course the enemy players too, but they can really help you, and a lot of times people seem to group together when they're doing the quest, so I think you could still have a great time and still be able to take care of the enemies no problem. Now, the other good thing is that if you do die, because it is a little bit more challenging, there are really quick respawns. You respawn in like a second up on this ledge, you can just jump down, you can get back to where you were in like 5 seconds, so the quick respawns is really cool. It also makes the PvP really fast paced, which I'll talk about in a little bit when I get to the PvP sides of things again. Other than that, guys, there are other things to do. You can just, kill enemies for fun, and you do get rewards. You get Telvar stones, which is the new currency. You can use it to buy armor or buy materials to craft a new armor, and it does work pretty cool because you get those Telvar stones, and if you do get killed, you lose some of them. So you kind of have to, decide whether you want to, take them to the bank, or you want to keep them, because when you keep them you get a multiplier and you're able to get more, you know, even quicker. So it's kind of fun. I ended up just losing mine really quickly because I did die a lot. You know, that's just because I was kind of running into PvP and just having a blast and not really worrying about them. But if you are looking to get the new armor quickly, it does add a new, you know, kind of tense side to the game, which can be really fun for some people. Now you can also collect teeth and other trophy items, and once you get enough you can go into these trophy rooms where you get stuff like armor and weapons and cool stuff like that. So it does, you know, kind of give you a benefit for grinding and stuff and fighting the enemies, which is nice. Now there are also these huge bosses in each district. I'm talking, these guys are really hard to take down. I can't even describe how hard they are. I saw a group of 20 people fail to take one down, so I've never beaten one with a group. You would really need a huge group of players, but I kind of like that challenge and definitely something to aim for and strive for in the game. Now real quick, something else I want to mention is that you can level up a little quicker than before. They seem to have lowered the veteran ranks a little bit. I believe it's 850,000 now instead of the 1 million it was before, and that is XP that you need, that's what I'm talking about. So they did lower that a little bit. The quests do give you a pretty good chunk of XP, so questing is definitely a viable way to level up. You know, you can also grind the enemies, and just new ways to level up is always good, and they seem to have been, you know, giving us some new content to level up, which is cool. They also, of course, raised the level cap from veteran rank 14 to veteran rank 16. So overall, guys, I really like the PvE in the DLC, and you know, making it even better is the fact that there is PvP going on at the same time, and that's what I'm going to go into now and talk about the PvP in the Imperial City. Now, it's really fun. PvP can take place in the districts, you know, where you're doing those quests. It can also take place in the sewers too. It is more small scale, which is really nice. You know, since the ESO launched, people wanted like an arena, small scale battling, dueling, where we really did get that. The biggest fight I've seen is like 10 versus 10, and I've definitely gotten into more than one-on-one fight. So it's not the huge Zerg groups from Cyrodiil. It really is more small scale. In my opinion, it takes more skill when it's just you and one other person. I've had a blast. I haven't had this much fun doing PvP since the game launched, and I played it in beta. Really is, I think, my new favorite way to do the player versus player, so I can't even describe in words how much I love it. Now, the best part I found about it is that it's just like the questing and doing the PvP at the same time, like I mentioned before in this video, was just amazing. There was this moment where I was fighting this boss with other people, and all 3 alliances were there, and there was this huge boss that you needed to do for the quest, and there was just maybe 20 people fighting each other and fighting this boss and fighting enemies. It was crazy and it was beautiful, and it just made me so happy. It was just like such an amazing moment in gaming, one that I won't forget soon. It was also another one where like we were working together in a way, because we all wanted to do the quest, but at the same time you were always kind of looking over your back to see what the other player was doing, because he could kill you at any minute. So lots of cool stuff with the PvP, a lot of stuff that I never thought I'd see in ESO, a lot of new, fresh, exciting stuff that I just definitely would recommend playing. I just can't, you know, really describe how much I liked it. So really awesome having the PvP and the PvE mixed. Definitely my favorite part of the DLC so far. Now, moving back to the PvP, after I did that rant about how much I loved it, it's not that hard to find people. You can find people pretty easily. You know, I've never had a problem not finding PvP. The other good thing is that if you die, like I said before, the respawns are extremely fast. So if you die, it's not a big deal. You just hop up, you know, and get back in the fight. You can be where you were in like 10 seconds. So it makes the PvP really fast-paced, and again, it's never hard to find someone really. Other than that, guys, it's just like an awesome mix of PvE and PvP. Like I said, the gameplay feels a little bit more balanced. They did, you know, change a lot of the skills. When you get in the game, you'll actually have to respec your skills because they changed so many of them. They give you that free respec. So lots of new stuff. Like I said, the PvP is good, balanced, and just really fun. So definitely recommend getting the Imperial City, whether or not you love the PvP or the PvE. I'm so in love with it right now. I'm definitely going to keep playing it and having a blast. So let's move on to some of the stuff that they added with the new DLC for the Crown Store. They did add some new costumes, some mounts, some pets, and we're going to go into that right now. So in terms of costumes, they added the Mages Guild pack. Now, they're kind of traditional Mages Guild robes that you might have seen when you actually did the guild storyline. You can now pick those up. It's going to cost you 700 crowns, and I do believe it comes in a couple of different styles. Now, you can also get the Soul Shriven pack, which is going to run you again 700 crowns, and they're just like the Soul Shriven enemies that you fought. They're kind of like rag armor looking stuff. It looks really cool in my opinion. I'm definitely going to pick those up. Again, like I said before, 700 crowns for those. Now moving on to the new mount that looks really awesome, we have the Mind Shriven horse. Now it's kind of like a black horse with like, it looks like electricity running through its veins. You know, kind of looks like it's definitely from Cold Harbor. They kind of explained it like it happened when the Imperial City invasion happened, and obviously this horse got kind of like infused with Cold Harbor. It does look really cool, definitely a cool addition to the mount. It's going to run you 2,200 crowns for that. Next up, we have a new pet, which is the Dage Rat. It's kind of like a scaly rat with blue eyes. Again, looks like it's from Cold Harbor. That's going to run you 500 crowns. It's kind of cool. I probably won't end up picking it up because I have a bunch of pets that I really don't think I need more. But if you're in the market for something new, it's kind of interesting. Then we have the new upgrades, so you can now buy more bag space. I do believe they also upgraded how much bag space you can have just by a little bit, but you can buy more bag space for 1,000 crowns, and you can also buy more bank space for 1,000 crowns too. So those are all the new additions to the crown store, guys. Just thought I'd throw those in there. Definitely worth getting the DLC. Just before I move on, I would definitely recommend picking it up. I can't recommend it enough, so go buy it. It's really fun, and I hope to see you guys in game. Now moving on, let's talk about the Nord figure. I've been waiting for this for a while. They have, you know, these figures of all the Alliance leaders. I've been waiting and waiting for the one to come out for the Ebonheart Pact. Well, it was finally announced like last week. It looks really awesome. You know, it is the Nord Warrior from like the cinematic trailers. They're limited to 1,000 pieces each, and of course I'll put pictures on the screen of this when I'm talking about it. Yeah, like I said, limited to 1,000 pieces worldwide. The statue includes a deluxe full color packaging, a hand-numbered base, and a certificate of authenticity. Now, this thing is massive. It's 1/6 scale. It's 19 inches tall. You know, I'm sure you guys know what 19 inches is. It's pretty huge. Definitely, you know, a beautiful piece of art. If you look on the screen, just really great. Looks really well crafted. It's made by Todar Kolev. And in order to buy these guys, you need to put $100 down right now, and then when it comes available in Q2 of 2016, you're just gonna have to pay the rest of the $210, or sorry, you're gonna have to pay the rest of the $310 and pay $210 at that time in order to actually get the figure for yourself. Now, it does look really awesome. Like I said, the 100 reserves it for you, and then once it actually is made, you have to pay the 210 to actually get it for a full price of $310. So I'm definitely going to be picking this up. You know, whenever I get it next year, I'll definitely make a video on it. I was just really excited that they finally announced those, but they do have them for the other alliances. So go check out the Bethesda store if you want to see those, as well as some other just cool ESO stuff that they have on the store. Now that pretty much does it for the video, guys. Thank you as always for watching. We will have more ESO news coming soon. I'm gonna try to do an ESO Saturday every other week or every other 3 weeks. I know a lot of you guys are ESO fans. A lot of my subscribers watch for my ESO stuff, so I'm gonna try to, you know, focus the channel a little bit more on that, because we haven't had a lot of information, but it seems like they're finally getting stuff out to us. So expect a new ESO Saturday, probably not next week but the week after that. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.